Fully redesigned last year, this mid-engine and all-wheel drive super sports car shares its engine and underlying structure with the Lamborghini Huracan. Though it looks decidedly less dramatic by comparison, its performance is anything but. While the 7-speed, dual-clutch transmission is happy to engage launch control and fling the R8 ahead at exila speeds, it's just as happy loping around town at low speeds. The interior contains a large digital display gauge cluster, while the adaptive dampers on the coupe and the Spider ensure a calm, daily drivable ride. The Spider's folding soft top takes 19 seconds to open or shut, and it can do either at vehicle speeds up to 31 miles per hour. Clearly the genius of the R8, past the born-for-Hollywood design of the original, is how it pairs incredible performance with real-world drivability. What's new? After last year's complete redesign, the Audi R8 heads into 2018 with only minor revisions. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay smartphone integration has been added as standard equipment, and laser-assisted LED headlights are a new option. While we can't deny the appeal of 610 horsepower from the Plus, its focus on performance comes at the cost of comfort and smoothness, which are the R8's key attributes. As such, we'd get the standard R8 since it delivers enough thrills to satisfy even hardcore enthusiasts. Its standard adaptive suspension, fully adjustable seats and larger fuel tank make it the ideal daily-driven exotic sports car. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Audi R8 is available as a coupe or convertible. This Spider. Aside from the folding roof, the coupe and convertible are largely the same in terms of standard equipment. A performance-oriented Plus trim is available for the coupe. It offers more horsepower and a lower weight but sacrifices some comfort for the sake of speed. The R8's engine is a naturally aspirated 5.2-liter V10 540 horsepower, 398 lb-ft of torque paired with a 7-speed, dual-clutch automatic transmission and all-wheel drive quattro. Standard feature highlights include 19-inch wheels, LED headlights, adaptive suspension dampers, keyless ignition and entry, leather upholstery, a digital gauge cluster display, Audis virtual cockpit, Audis MMI infotainment interface, a navigation system, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and 13-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. The Spider adds a folding soft top and a glass wind blocker. Options for the R8 are pretty much limited to different wheels and additional interior trim and upholstery choices, though carbon ceramic brakes, laser-enhanced LED headlights and a variable ratio steering system are also available. The R8 Plus ups the V10 engine's output to 610 horsepower and 413 lb-ft of torque and gains the carbon ceramic brakes and laser headlights as standard equipment. It also sports a more stiffly tuned suspension that lacks the adjustable dampers. In the name of saving weight, it has a slightly smaller gas tank, a 5-speaker sound system and racing-style seats that lack backrest angle adjustment. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically comes in multiple versions that are fundamentally similar. The S in this review are based on our full test of the 2017 Audi R8 V10 Plus Coupe 5.2 liters V10, 7-speed dual-clutch automatic, AWD. Note, since this test was conducted, the current Audi R8 has received some revisions, including standard smartphone integration. Our findings remain broadly applicable to this year's Audi R8. 0. Driving. The Audi R8 V10 Plus delivers the performance expected of an exotic sports car. Acceleration is otherworldly, and handling is unflappable. What's surprising, though, is how easy it is to explore its incredible capabilities and how pleasant it drives when you're not dropping the hammer. Acceleration. The R8 V10 Plus accelerates to 60 miles per hour in only 3 seconds. That's darn quick, if you're wondering. But even more impressive is how easy it is to achieve. The sophisticated launch control requires zero finesse to operate perfectly, and the 610 horsepower V10 provides a very robust and linear power band. Braking. Stopping from 60 miles per hour requires only 97 feet, and the standard ceramic brakes keep the distance consistent within a few feet over repeated hard braking runs. The pedal is reassuringly firm under full panic stops yet easy to modulate in casual driving, without a hint of touchiness or squeal. Steering. Steering is effortlessly light crawling through parking lots and firms up for more stability as speed increases. On twisting roads, turning is quick and responsive but not darty. And there's ample feedback to know when you've exceeded the limits of front tire grip. Handling. The R8 slices through turns with precision and confidence. All-wheel drive adds a component of stability, but it's subtle enough that you feel as if you, not the computers, are still running the ship. Dynamic mode allows the tail to rotate a bit more, but a safety net of understeer is ever present. Drivability. Unlike some sports cars, the R8 doesn't mean compromising everyday drivability. Set the driving mode to comfort and the smooth shifting dual-clutch transmission into full automatic and you can run errands all day long. The R8's small turning circle makes it easy to maneuver in tight spaces. Comfort. Were it not for the narrow and fixed seat backs, the R8 Plus would have scored higher. The R8's refined ride is certainly at the top of the class. If the seats suit your frame, then long-distance comfort is excellent. Seat comfort. The race-style seats in the Plus are well-shaped and comfortable for long stints, but only for drivers with a narrow body. The aggressive side bolstering could be a deal-breaker for even average-sized drivers. The R8's regular seats are more comfortable. Ride comfort. The ride quality is on the stiff side, but it's never punishing or vexing. It's significantly smoother than many other cars in the class, even without the adaptive suspension. Noise and vibration. The cabin blocks out nearly all wind noise, though a noticeable amount of road noise is present on nearly any road surface. It's not severe enough to warrant complaint and is usually drowned out by the glorious snarls and crackles emanating from the V10 engine behind you. Climate control. The new take on a traditional 3D climate control is as easy to operate as it is pleasing to the eye. It's only a single zone system, but the cabin is small so dual controls wouldn't make much sense. After setting the cabin temperature, we never had to adjust it. Interior. Sleek, understated design blends with bleeding-edge technology for an exceptionally modern cabin that's easy to acclimate to. For the average-sized driver, the aggressive seats and cockpit will fit like a tailored suit, but larger occupants might feel as if things have shrunk a bit in the Washington. Ease of use. The steering wheel is packed with buttons and controls for functions such as exhaust flaps, drive modes and configuring the virtual gauge cluster, all thoughtfully arranged, intuitive to use and accessible. The rest of the cabin is comparably light on buttons, and the simplicity is refreshing. Getting and jetting out. You won't have to be a contortionist to climb into the cabin, but the low seat height, low roofline and wide sill step-over make the R8 more of a challenge to get into than your typical sport coupe. The same goes for climbing out. Driving position. The upright and non-adjustable seatback is ideal for spirited driving, but this, and the lack of power adjustments, could be an issue for some desiring a more relaxed driving position. The dead pedal is located a bit inward for clearance reasons, which caused ankle discomfort after some time. Roominess. The R8 might not be hugely spacious inside, but a wide, flat dash provides the appearance of a more open and roomy cabin compared with some competitors whose cabins feel more claustrophobic. Visibility. Visibility is better than in many other sports cars. Narrow front roof pillars expand your view through turns, and rear view mirrors cover a lot of the road behind you. But the rear view camera, which appears in the gauge cluster, is often blocked by steering wheel spokes when backing into a spot. Utility. Sports cars aren't regarded for their practicality, and mid-engine cars typically come up shorter than others in this area. Cargo space and interior storage are limited in the R8, but there's enough space for a weekend getaway for two. Small item storage. Interior storage consists of just a few small bins and shallow pockets to store your personal items. The cup holders are in the center console bin, right where you'll rest your elbow when it's closed. Obviously, the design is less than ideal. Cargo space. A narrow but deep front trunk holds about 8 cubic feet of storage, which is enough to carry a small suitcase case or a couple duffel bags. There is also a narrow shelf behind the seats. Technology. Audi's MMI infotainment system remains one of the best in the industry for its wide array of functions and ease of use. Some of the more advanced safety features are absent, but in an engaging sports car like this, they are not missed. Audio and navigation. All MMI infotainment functions are shown on the R8's virtual gauge cluster display. As such, it's easy to keep your eyes forward and on the road. Audi's MMI system is one of the better units out there, and the Bang & Olufsen audio system optional on the Plus has great power and clarity. Smartphone integration. The 2018 R8 supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Though we'd prefer a touchscreen instead of a rotary dial, at least both systems provide access to highly capable voice recognition features. Voice control. Voice recognition is sometimes hampered by the noise from the road and engine. In quieter situations, it processes commands just fine and includes access to Google Voice Search.